海浪不停，整夜吟唱，孤独陪着我守望，忐忑徘徊，执着等待，我要穿越过这海，等它的光划破浓雾，那一粒不变的爱，忽然领悟，铭心刻骨，勇敢的放声痛苦。披星染月，日夜追逐，哪怕一无所获，双眼不再模模糊糊，海水已冲走愤怒，等它的光划破浓雾，那一粒不变的爱，忽然领悟，铭心刻骨，勇敢的放声痛苦。爱过的人，你在何处？是否把苦就离开，就离开，消失在海洋，当它自恋落幕，那是最后的救赎。那是最后的归宿。
Daniel's offering her a contract. Rachana, are you in the mood? Nick. Shibuki Geshe Michael Riragningshi Ninde Gambadi Sangye Shindu Migde Uwadi Rogunamda Shila Chupasho Inam Guru Ragnamanda Kamriyatayami Shedam Soki Chonamna Chanshu Badu Tagni Kyatsushi Nagi Chenye Ibe Sunaki Dola Penche Sangye Dubasho Chunam Soki Chonamna Chanju Badu Dani Kyatsuchi Nagi Chenye Gibe Sunamgi Lola Penche Sangye Dubasho Chunam Sogi Chonamna Chanju Badu Dani Kyatsuchi Nagi Chenye Gibe Sunamgi Lola Penche Sangye Dubasho. Okay, good. Okay, let's, I feel like doing some of the book, okay? We didn't do for a while. So, Nekrat, D-E-N-G space S-A-N-G. Try D-E-N-G S-A-N-G space N-Y-A-N, and you're not on the screen. I don't see it. Say again?
Try capitalizing.
That's it. That's it. All right, here we go. We're just going to do the book for a while. Then we'll finish the meditations, and then I'll give you dessert. which is a special sutra that you can use during the retreat. Okay, so I have to watch the time. 4:44. Pressure. Okay. Tengsang Nyen Tushe Membetse Yuekyang. So most of you know there are 3 tracks. There are 5 paths, right? Spiritual evolution. Everybody, everywhere, goes through those 5. Maybe this life, maybe 1,000 lives from now. Everybody goes through those 5. But you can do it on 3 different levels of motivation or understanding, okay? The lowest one is called listeners, which if you're studying Buddhism, listener can also mean any disciple. So it's a dangerous word, okay? Second track is called self-made Buddhist lowercase b, because they're not Buddhists, they're just cool people, okay? Third track, Bodhisattva, okay? And the Bodhisattva track, those guys are trying to save the world, okay? Don't, bodhicitta, mind of enlightenment, blah, 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 just forget all that stuff. They want to save the world. They want the whole world to be happy. That's what they want, and they won't take less, okay? That's a Bodhisattva. So, here Pabonko Rinpoche says, Tengsang nowadays, Nyen Tushe Membetse de Chekyang, when we say he's just a listener, or she is just a listener track, it sounds like it's lower, okay? But, Kyang, Di Yunden Sam, Dupto Champetse de Jokuyo. But if you had the qualities that we just described, right, for the path of accumulation, you can see this is a real siddhi, this is a real high yogi, okay, who's on the lowest track. Someone who just had their first big disaster in their life and they decide to try Buddhism, they're already very high in the universe, okay? Got it? You can say high yogi or high siddhi, okay? Rangyani kapagyar soksakpa sok nyentule yentem gyagyur tongyur. And self-made Buddhists are 1,000 times cooler than that. Okay? They're even more special. Okay? And they collect good karma for hundreds of eons. Eon means many millions of years. Okay? To get to the second track. Alright? Chanju sembe yunne ne tame patabu yinte. And the amount of karma that a bodhisattva is making is can't measure it compared to the first 2. Okay? Here's an answer to a question that some people had. He says, on the first 2 paths, called accumulation and preparation, before you see emptiness directly, okay? On those 2 paths, which in technical Buddhism are called Mupa-Chupesa. Mupa-Chupesa means they're just going on approximate understanding. Okay, they're called Mupa-Chupesa. It means they're just dealing with approximate understanding of what? Emptiness, okay? Tongniki dun tusam gombe tenapap. They're trying to understand the pen. They're struggling to understand the pen. First 2 paths, okay? They just got they came to their first DCI talk. This strange guy, which might be Nick, or Nick taught 550, 600 people, and we split the DCI team last tour. It was really cool. We covered 7,000 people in 2 weeks because we split the team to different cities. So it might be the strange guy as Nick standing up there with a pen, and the audience, when they first start thinking about the pen, and if they had a personal disaster in their life, they're already like path of accumulation, okay? But their understanding of emptiness is only approximate, and it's achieved through conceptual means, like trying to understand pictures in their mind, I think what he means is this, okay? It's not correct, it's not exact, it's just kind of rough idea, okay? But Tenla Pop means they're getting there. They're making progress, okay? They came to a lot of DCI talks. How do you know someone came to a lot of DCI talks? When Geshe Michael pulls out the pen, they're like, I can take a 5-minute nap. Okay, just kidding. Okay, Ningje Changsem Sama Tawa Nam Jambe, Sunzing Topa Ngungir Nyam Me Pache De Tame Pitambe Tsok Sok. They are working on the idea of compassion and helping all beings and a correct understanding of emptiness. And they are working on the idea of getting rid of, in Tantra it's called the two vines, the two tree vines, okay? What's that mean? On your central channel, here, goes like this, is two side channels, right? And they represent, in higher teaching, they represent misunderstand people and misunderstand things, okay? Then at this point, they're studying bodhicitta, they're studying higher teachings, they're getting to understand the two vines, okay? Tokyo nam me pachete, changme dambot sokso. When you get to that stage, like close to the end of the second path, it takes changme dambo. Say changme? Dambo. What's changme mean? Where's my human dictionary? He's not here. Yeah. Changme means countless. Okay? Tsok means make, what do you call it? Pile up karma. Pile up karma. There are 3 stages in becoming a Buddha. It's called the 3 piling up karmas. Okay? But they're called the 3 changme piling up karmas. Okay? Which means countless eons piling up good karma. Okay? And if you understand Abhidharma, or you can read Stanley's translation, it's like 1% finished. It's a number. It's a name of a number. It's countless is not countless. When you're talking about the 3 pile up good karma to become a Buddha, when you say it's countless, it's a specific number of eons. What is it? 10 to the 60th power. 10 with 60 zeros after it. It's a Buddhist number. In Buddhism, each 10 has a different name. Okay? Each multiple of 10. So take 10, add 60 zeros, that many of periods of millions of years each, okay, is the first stage. Here, he says, equal to the first 2 paths. Okay? How long does it take you to hear the pen? I don't know. 10 with 60 zeros times millions of years times 1.5. Okay? That's how long it took you to get your first teaching on the pen. Honestly. Okay? According to him. Okay? You don't think it's easy to hear the pen. The pen can put you to sleep, but it took you a long time to get there. Okay? According to that, it took you many millions of years to get to the pen. You were dog, you were fish, you were bug, you were roach, not this roach. Okay? And after many, many millions of years, you became a human. And after many more millions of years, you got to hear the pen. Okay? Got it? First of the 3 piles of good karma. Okay. Tonglam kapsa dambala jimbe parchin kinyamnan che lapa top. Then you have your experience of the first direct perception of emptiness, okay? And at the same period, you perfect the first perfection to an extraordinary level. First perfection? Giving, generosity, sharing what you have, okay? So that's the first bodhisattva level, okay? And it comes at the same time that you see emptiness directly on a bodhisattva track, okay? Sakpa Gomlam Sagui Kap Chuni Sikso Ki Wang Sam Gi Parchen Hama Gupa Nam Chil Haba Topadang. And then during the fourth path, which is path of getting used to what you saw, okay? During that time, you perfect. How many perfections are left after giving? Trick question. If you keep saying numbers, you'll hit it. There's a joke. They say if a monkey hits a typewriter, then after a while they'll type some words, 9 more. 10 bodhisattvas, 10 perfections, right? What are they? Number 1, giving. Number 2, morality, ethics. Number 3, no more anger. Number 4, enjoy hard work. Number 5, meditation. Number 6, yeah. Then there's 4 more. These are called the 4 ways of collecting disciples. If you did DCI level 8, you know them. What's the first one? Doing oposhi. Yeah, bribe them. Offer them churros, ponchiks, or yochas. Say, well, you want to come to my class? They say no. You say, there's free refreshments. Oh yeah, I'll come. Okay, like help them financially. Make it nice. Play rock and roll during the class. Stuff like that. Okay. Second one. What? What? Yeah, encourage them, okay? Of course they don't do anything right, but if they start to do something close, tell them, oh, you're really making progress. If you're Connie, you're like, oh, you're very close to enlightenment now. Almost there. You encourage them, okay? Encourage when your students do something right. And as you know, if you're a parent, it works better than criticizing, okay? They do 9 things wrong for every 1 thing they do right. But, praise them for what they do right, it works better. Don't tell them 9 bad things, okay? What's number 3? Huh? Yeah, try to get them, after you teach them, say, okay, now, I taught you, at the end of this hour, we're going to finish 27 meditations. Do you promise to do at least one of them during the next 3 days? Okay, try to get them to make a commitment to actually try it themselves, okay? It's not enough to teach. And that's again why I like the Singapore group, They are, and Guangzhou also, very strong. Jasmine and, Vivian, they are trying to get the students to do it, So don't just teach them and go away for a year. Who does that? Teach them and then, have follow-up, make sure they're doing it, okay? WeChat each other, tell it what you're doing, okay? All right, last one? Yeah, last one is, in English, there's an idiom called practice what you preach or walk the talk, and it means be a good example, It doesn't help to describe how cool it is if you're not doing it yourself. And what's the famous example in DCI? No, I went to see one of my students teach meditation. I sat in the back, and they said, I'm going to teach meditation. Then they would reach for the cup, and they're like this. There were two ladies sitting close to me, and one of them said to the other lady, "I don't know what kind of meditation she's teaching, but I don't want to learn it." Okay. Okay, got it? So you have to do it yourself, right? Those are the 10 perfections, okay? 6 usual perfections. Where do you go? 4? 4 more on top, okay? Nam che lapa topadang. Yang chemsan saudom boe, lu gyata. Now he's going to start something called the 12 sets of 100 each. The 12 sets of 100 each. He's still talking about how cool is Sangha Jewel. He's still talking about how cool is Sangha Jewel, okay? And he says, even a bodhisattva at level 1, first level bodhisattva, just saw emptiness directly, wants to help the whole world, okay? That's what a first level bodhisattva is, okay? Even they have the 12 kinds of 100 each, okay? So here you go, here they are. Number 1, they have the power to send out 100 bodies at a time to help people. Already they have power, okay? First level bodhisattva. Number 1. Number 2, each of the bodies they send out has 100 bodhisattvas sitting around it, okay? They can send out 100 bodies. Each body they send out has 100 more bodies sitting around it, okay? That's a good question. It just says bodhisattva. You can be a bodhisattva without being an Arya if you're on the bodhisattva track and all you did was first 2 paths and you did not travel a lower path previously, if you're interested. Okay. Number 3, they can see 100 eons ahead. Okay. Number 4, when they see emptiness directly, 100 planets shake. Okay. In Buddhism we say if something really cool happens, the earth can't hold the karma up and the earth will go like this. Okay. Where did we have a nice earthquake? Was it LA? Yeah, it's kind of scary. And in China I think we had one. Anyway, we did it a few times. I remember in Taiwan we made it snow when it never snowed before. Okay. Number 5, Tingenzinki Gogya Chatla Jupa. They can go into 100 different kinds of meditation. Okay. Number 6, right? They see 100 Buddhas. Number 7, those 100 Buddhas, each one gives them blessing. Number 8, they can emanate 100 Buddha paradises. Number 9, they can go to those 100 paradises. Number 10, they can make 100 distinctions between subtle kinds of phenomena. Okay, like 100 distinctions about emptiness, okay? And teaching about it. Semchen Gya Mimba, they can help ripen 100 living beings, okay? In this case, ripen means, in this case 100 just means zillions, okay? Lots, many, lots. Okay, number what? 11, right? That was 11. We okay? Let's do 9 is they can go to 100 Buddha paradises. 8 is they can create 100 Buddha paradises. Got the difference? 10 is they can teach 100 teachings about 100 kinds of emptiness, like that. Number 11, they can ripen 100 living beings, but it means many hundred. And number 12, Kapagyanepa, they can stay for 100 eons. Okay, now my opinion, okay? This is my opinion. I think this list is exaggerated. Okay? In some ways it's exaggerated, in some ways it's not cool enough. Okay? I don't believe, for example, that someone who just reached the direct procession of emptiness on Bodhisattva track can emanate 100 Buddha paradises. I don't think so. Okay? To be honest. I think this is some kind of slightly exaggerated tradition to get people excited. Okay? And I've told you before what does happen. Okay? You see you're going to be a Buddha, you see that Buddha, you meet a Buddha, you have an experience of bodhicitta, you can read the minds of every living being, you can see their face. Those are bigger, right, than this. So this list is, in my opinion, it's just a little bit, some of it's a little bit exaggerated and some of it's not enough. Okay? But I have to teach it to you because it's in the book. Okay. Deshin du chu nipa redine jarwe sa nipa tong chak. Then that's at first bodhisattva level. At the second bodhisattva level, multiply these numbers times 1,000. Okay? At the third bodhisattva level, multiply each number by 100,000. At the fourth bodhisattva level, multiply each number by 1 billion. I put the numbers there for you, okay? Because they're kind of complicated. At the fifth bodhisattva level, multiply by 10 billion. At the sixth bodhisattva level, multiply by 1 quadrillion. 12 zeros, right? Something like that. At the seventh bodhisattva level, multiply times 10 to the 14th power. At the eighth bodhisattva level, multiply by 100,000 times the pieces of dust in 1,000,000 planets. Okay? On the ninth bodhisattva level, the dust of 10 to the 67th power. Okay? And then at the 10th bodhisattva level, forget it, there's no description. Okay. He says, indescribable number of galaxies full of dust. Okay. Dorna, briefly, Madasa Dungi Kapsu Chame Nipa. Okay. At the first bodhisattva level? Sorry. At the first two paths, they completed the first collection of karma. And it took 10 to the 60th zeros eons. Okay? Now, to get from there, to get from the pen to the seventh bodhisattva level, takes another 10 to the 60th power. That's how long our Buddha took. Okay? And then to cover bodhisattva levels 8, 9, 10, takes another 10 to the 60th power. Okay? But if you study Tsongkhapa lineage, if you just relax and learn these ideas like we teach them in DCI, you can finish in about 500 years. And it sounds like a long time, but it's not. Life goes on pretty fast, you know. I can tell you. I was 20 yesterday. It just went boom, you know. You're like, whoa, wait, slow down. Okay? So don't worry about it. 7 lifetimes. Okay? Not much. Okay? It's really not very much. It goes very fast. Okay. Anyway, the Sangha jewel is cool. Okay, that's all he wants to say. That's all he wanted to say. Sangha jewel is cool. Okay. I'm going to do the sutra with you because we don't have time to do much more of the book. There's later in a few pages, he's going to mention called Buddha Anusmriti. Say it, Buddha Anusmriti. Buddha Anusmriti. It's a sutra. Okay, it's a short sutra. Okay, it's only a few pages long. Okay, and it's called How to Think About the Buddha. You know, like if you have time sometimes, and you're just having a hot cocoa and you're sitting in your porch in the afternoon at home on Sunday, you don't have to work, you can read this sutra. It's good luck. Okay, I translated it this morning. Yesterday morning. It's a short sutra, okay, and it's so important that every time the monks and nuns do their confession, we have to read it together, okay? So if you're a monk or nun, you have to say this one every 2 weeks, okay? So it's very important for cleaning karma also, bad karma, okay? Did we translate it, Stanley?
It's translated but not finished.
That seems contradiction. It has to be cleaned up. Okay, you'll get it after the retreat. Okay, I'm sorry we couldn't finish it, but here's the English. Okay, I'm gonna just teach it to you and explain it to you. Okay, and I found a commentary. I found 2 commentaries. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you from a commentary because some parts are difficult. Okay. And I'll just read it to you for good luck. It's called Lung, okay? And so this is the first English Lung, I think. In the language of India, this book is called Arya Buddha Anusmriti. In the language of Tibet, it is called Pakpa Sangye Jesutamba. I don't know in Chinese what? Title. Remembering the Buddha, thinking about the Buddha. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. In the English language, it is called Exalted Lines on Thinking of the Buddha. How to relax on your porch on Sunday afternoon with a iced tea or coffee, or okay, and how to just think cool things about Buddha. That's all. That's the sutra. Okay, it's supposed to be done relaxed. Go to Starbucks, Shimbaku, and have a coffee and just read it to yourself, okay? I bow down to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And a Buddha, a conqueror, is the one gone thus, the enemy destroyer, the totally enlightened one, the one who possesses both knowledge and the legs, okay? We'll talk about it. He or she is the one gone to bliss, knower of the world, matchless charioteer who tames all beings, teacher of gods and men, the Buddha, the conqueror. And the ones thus gone come from a cause of the same, from merit. The store of their virtue will never go by. They are dressed in the jewels of patience. They are the earth with minds of merit. They are studded with the gems of the sacred marks. The flowers of their sacred signs are in full bloom. They come to us in a way that fits each one of us. And when we lay our eyes upon them, nothing but harmony comes among us. They please those with thoughts of faith. Nothing can outshine their wisdom. Their strength can never be overpowered. They are the teachers of all living beings, the fathers and mothers of the bodhisattvas, kings and queens of those who have seen the void. They captain the ship for those who travel to the city of nirvana. Their knowledge is incalculable. Their courage is inconceivable. Their words are pure. The song they sing is exquisite. I made a mistake here. We cannot get enough of looking upon them, right? Their holy form has no equal. They cannot be stained by the realm of desire. They cannot be stained by the realm of form. They can never be compromised by the realm of the formless. They are free of pain. They are forever free of this mortal coil. I'm reading a slightly earlier translation. Probably you have a few changes. No longer do they possess the parts of a human being. They have mastered the doors of sense. They have sliced away all knots. They are free of regrets. They are free of craving. They have crossed the great water. Their wisdom is complete. They live within the wisdom of Buddhas gone and yet to come and here among us. Never do they stay in nirvana. They dwell in the end of all things, and they make their home in a place from where they can watch over each one of us. These then are the magnificent qualities of the immaculate wisdom of the ones who have gone that way. That's a whole sutra. Okay? Cool? So sometimes during retreat, now your retreat's getting very busy, I think. You can, if you're tired, okay, like you don't want to go for a walk. I don't like walks, okay? I'm supposed to. So I'll just sit on Gelse's porch and, drink a watermelon juice and read the sutra and relax and listen to the birds, okay? All right? So this is a very famous refuge practice, just to read this sutra and think about it. I'm going to give you some notes for the sutra, okay? These are from several different lamas. And it's kind of nice because he explains the meaning of common synonyms for Buddha, like Tathagata, Sugata. Okay, ready? We call them, those who have gone that way, is that one of the first ones, I think? Gone thus. Okay. Because Deshin Nila Larmin Dangwe Tsoki Nabashak Besar Shekpa. Because they have gone to a place where they will never again not be meditating on emptiness directly. Okay? So they are called gone thus. Okay? They just went into a meditation from which they will never come out, called direct perception of emptiness, a Buddha. Okay? So they went that way. Got it? Thusness is tata. Okay. Nyamombe Dipe Da Chombina. He doesn't cover all of them, okay? So tell me which ones he doesn't cover, I'll give them to you from another commentary. He says they are enemy destroyer because they destroyed their own negative emotions forever, okay? Yinden Malupa Chinchimalopa Todnayanda Zopa. They are reached total enlightenment because they totally got all the good qualities. Okay? So we say total Buddha, right? Totally enlightened Buddha. Marikbe ni sangshing shejala logepe na sangye. Now, why are they called Buddha? Why are they called Buddha? Okay. Buddha has two meanings, okay? One meaning of Bud, the Sanskrit root Bud, is to wake up, okay? And one is the root vid, which means what? Video, to see, okay? So B-U-D is related to V-I-D in Sanskrit, okay? So when you say the word Buddha, the Tibetans did a very smart thing. They said Sangye. They used two different words glued together. Okay, the Tibetan word for Buddha is very smart because it includes both meanings of Bud. Okay, wake up and see all things. Okay, so how did they wake up? They woke up from the sleep of misunderstanding. How did they spread? How did they grow? How did they see? Their mind has expanded to the vision of all things. Okay, so they are called woke up wide vision. How's that? Okay, something like woke wide. Woke wide? Okay, we call them woke wide. Okay. They are said to possess knowledge. Is that the next one?
Knowledge and
okay, they possess knowledge because they have the first of the three Buddhist trainings. What's that? Yeah, but he's going the other way. Wisdom. Okay. Understand emptiness. Okay. Therefore they have knowledge. Okay. Then there's a strange part. If you don't have a commentary, you're going to get lost. It says they have legs. That doesn't seem like a big deal. You know? Oh, you got legs, so do I. I'm not even a Buddha, I got legs. Okay. My legs hurt. Okay. It means they have the first two trainings, which is morality and concentration. Or you can say, for the concentration, you can also say, well, let's leave it at concentration. Okay. Why do they call those two legs? Yeah, they're the support for the third one, which is wisdom. Okay? So there's three Buddhist trainings, morality, concentration, wisdom. You need the first two to support the third one. So they're called legs. Oh, you got legs. Thanks. You mean I have good morality and good contemplation. Yeah. Okay. All right. What's the next one? Sugata? Huh? Yeah, the one gone to bliss, the one gone to happiness. Sugata in Sanskrit. Okay. They reached ultimate wisdom and they got rid of all their bad things, so they are gone to bliss. Okay? Next one. They know the world? Okay. It means they can read their disciples' minds and know what they need. Okay? Perfectly. Okay? They see what seeds the student has in their mind. They see what's their capacity, they see what's their, what do you call that? Proclivities. Aptitude. They can tell how much aptitude, okay? And they teach the right thing at the right time for that person's mind, okay? All right. That's what it means to know the world. Why are they the charioteer? Who what? Tames all living beings. Okay. You can say car driver. They are your chauffeur. Okay? They are the ultimate chauffeur. Why? They know the right road to take to redirect people who are going the wrong way. Okay? So when the student starts going the wrong way, the Buddha says turn right or turn left. Okay? And they put them on the best, what do you call? The best GPS road to enlightenment. They are the ultimate GPS. Okay? Dharma GPS. That's what this one means. Okay? What's the next one? Yeah, teacher of gods and men. Jigme says I should use humans, but I don't know. I just gods and men is an old expression in English. Men doesn't mean males. It means all human beings. Maybe you can say gods and women. Okay. Then they know how to teach people what to do and what to not do. That's all. Okay? They can teach people what to do and what not to do. Okay? So they are, what is it? Teacher of gods and men. Okay? Now, there's one irritating one, sorry, that isn't clear to me. And it was something about they come from a cause which is similar or something like that. Well, how does it go? Say it out loud.
And the ones thus come from a cause of the same.
Yeah, a cause of the same. Okay, that one's not clear. So I found that in a commentary by somebody. And they said, what created those Buddhas is that they tried to help many people earlier. That's all. That's the meaning of that one. Okay? Anyone I didn't cover? Anyone you want to know? We okay? Huh? Which one? Oh, good. Let's look up that one. Okay. Here's how it was explained by, who is this person? Somebody named Deichi Rinpoche. They destroyed all obstacles. Okay? That's how he said it. And they destroyed the 4 demons. Okay? 4 demons are, I don't know, death, old age.
Mental affliction.
Yeah, negative emotions and the divine youth, which means cool things that distract you from Dharma. Okay. All right. Any more? Anything we didn't cover? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We finished it. Didn't we? Yeah, we did.
We have one that comes to us and one that's contact.
Oh, same thing. Yeah, okay. Okay. Conqueror. Bhagavan. And that's a long story, but that's how it's explained here. Okay, so anyway, if you want to think about Buddha Jewel, you can recite this out loud quietly on your porch, okay? And praise the Buddha, all right? And it's a very powerful practice. It's a very powerful sutra, okay? All right, let's finish the meditations, and then we can go close your retreat border and send WeChat to rest for a few days. Okay. WeChat, take a few days off. Number 25, okay? Meditation 25, page 11. Now, the 10th refuge vow is that you're supposed to take refuge 3 times every day and 3 times every night. That's the 10th refuge vow. We'll talk about it later. But the good news is, if you understand what taking refuge is, especially if you understand that taking refuge is deciding not to tell your husband how stupid he is, it's easy to do it 6 times a day. Okay? Someone will irritate you 6 times a day. That's why we get married. It's automatic in your own house. You don't have to go anywhere. Okay? 6 times a day, your partner will upset you. Okay? Big upset or little upset. I mean, Michael Dunn never does, I know, but you can borrow somebody or something, I don't know. Anyway, if you understand what refuge really means, this meditation says, can I remember the pen 6 times a day? Yes, okay, no problem, okay? Otherwise, if refuge means I have to go to the temple and burn incense, then 6 times a day is a problem. I won't have time to do anything else, okay? It doesn't mean that. It means understanding emptiness 6 times a day, okay? And I don't know, if I drive from my house to the village of Oak Creek, 6 people will irritate me in traffic. Then I'm like, thank you, now I'm done for the day. You know, Jigme can drive me home. You know, okay? I can cover it in just that 25-minute drive. I can do my 6 times refuge. Seriously. Sometimes I forget and I just get pissed off at them. How's that doing? Why are you driving? Okay? Then if you just remember, oh, that's coming from me. Why do I have to see people breaking the rules so often? There's a joke in DCI. What's the joke? I don't know why I have to see somebody talking too much. Nick, what is that? Nick's like, duh. Duh. Okay? There's a DCI joke, you know. I don't know why I have to see people eating sweets all day. Okay. So 25 is just, you know, you will get sunburned or some bug will get into your bed and keep you up for 2 hours and, you know, something will happen during retreat. Don't worry. Demons don't like people doing retreat. They will come. The minute you put up your, what's the marker? It's an advertisement for demons. Come to this house. Someone's trying to meditate. All right. That's the real meaning of this Omahu. Okay. Come, bother me. And, you know, something will happen. Last time what happened, I remember, the handle came off of somebody's bathtub, and all the water for every house is pushing out of the one bathtub, you know. Me and Tim had was it you and me? We had a good time that night. Gyaltse was the hero. Him and me were watching. We're like, oh my God, nobody will have any water in about half an hour. And okay, the minute you start doing retreat, something will happen. And because they want you to spend the rest of your life looking at cat videos on YouTube. Okay? They don't want you doing retreat. Okay? They don't want you doing retreat. The demons don't like it when people do retreat. And very, very serious things will happen to people in retreat. Okay? And we proved it here. Yeah, and it happens. Okay? So when stuff happens, you should feel proud, you know. You know, Penny, did you get any obstacles? No, Geshe-la, everything went smooth. I got obstacles. The demons thought I was going to do something cool. So they came to my cabin and they left you alone. You know, I attracted demons. I must have been doing some good practice. You didn't have any demons. Don't worry, next time if you work hard you can get some demons. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's... Demons are good because it gives you a chance to take refuge. Okay? Then you can keep your refuge vow. If the demons come 6 times a day, you should be happy. Yes, madam.
Can you tell us why the demons are doing that, and also are they self-existent?
Yeah, number one, demons don't like it. It's called go numba. In Tibetan, there's a special word. If you stick your head up out of the poo-poo, I'd like to get out. Bam! They're looking to see if anyone is not looking at cat videos all day. You know, they're like, I don't want to look at cat videos. Boom! Go back to the cat videos. You know, when you stick your head up, it's called go numba. They will take you back down. Okay, so why they don't like it is bad deed number 9. Because of our human tendency to be unhappy when other people succeed. We are so happy when a movie star, Brad Pitt divorced Angela Jolie. Oh, really? Tell me. He threw something at her. Oh, really? No, you can hear it like for 2 hours on... the lawyers are, talking about what he threw at her. And people, why is it on the radio? Why they put it on the internet? Because we like it. Oh, really? Tell me more. Did he hit her or just missed her? And that causes demons. Yeah, the demons are coming from us because we're so interested about movie stars' troubles. Okay, all right, and I am too. I mean, it's almost what do you call it? It's part of us. What was that recently? I don't know. Anyway, we loved it. Oh, those 2 guys got fired in the government. Yeah, one guy, did you hear he was talking to the Russians, but he said he wasn't talking to the Russians, and so they fired him. Oh, really? Tell me more, And the other guy was just mean all the time. Anyway, tell me more. Which one? What did he say? Who fired him? Like that, okay? Okay, number 26. What time I have to finish? 4:45. Don't cheat me. 4:45. Okay. Number 26 is, I will offer my day-to-day honesty and integrity to the Buddha. This is one of the refuge vows, and I can't remember which one. Am I a bad person? I'll have to go look it up. Because
Putting all your thoughts, all your trust in objects of refuge during any activity.
I think it might be.
That's 11.
Let's see. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this refuge vow, which is to put all your hopes in objects of refuge every time you do something. Yeah. Pabonka Rinpoche says it involves offering your day-to-day honesty and integrity to the Buddhas. Okay, now that's not what you would expect, so I made it a meditation. Okay, it doesn't seem to equal putting all your trust in the 3 jewels, but somehow it is, and maybe you can meditate on it and figure it out and tell me when you get out. Okay. So during this meditation number 26, think of all the times you've been honest. Think of all the times you've been honest person in the last few days, few weeks, and offer it to the Buddhas, and you are taking refuge. You are fulfilling your refuge vows, okay? So that's a pleasant meditation, all the times I was honest in the last few weeks, okay? A lot of these are not like confession where you have to think of what a bad person you are. Of course you are. But during these meditations, you're supposed to be thinking all the good things you're doing, okay? It's like coffee meditation, okay? Number 27. And that's the final part of the teaching on refuge in the Lam Rim. Okay? What happens next in Guadalajara? We go to karma. We start studying karma. And the DCI people are going to be excited in Guadalajara because then we go deep into the laws of karma, the 4 laws of karma and the 4 flowers, and all that's going to come in Guadalajara. Okay? So we'll be finished with refuge this week. And then in Guadalajara in August? July. We will do karma. Just karma, karma, karma. Okay? So if you really ever wanted to know about karma, come to that. Okay? It's a very detailed teaching about karma. Okay? How does karma work? So the last refuge meditation, the last advice in the Lam Rim. By the way, this is called Nyongti. Nyongti is as opposed to Pechi. Pechi means teach the people the scripture. Nyongti means put them in retreat and let them experience that Lam Rim level. Teach them meditations that will help them to experience refuge. So we're doing both. We're doing Pechi. I'm explaining the book to you. Then you're going to go do a Nyongti or a Nyamti. You're going to go put the teaching into personal experience. Okay? And that's another way to do Lam Rim. If you do a tough Lam Rim program, you teach people, the 8 Lam Rim books together. It's called, he used 8, 4 is also traditional. 4 great books on Lam Rim. And that takes a long time. And then you require that the student reach that level before they can go on to the next one. You test them. Are they taking refuge 6 times a day? You test them. And if they're not, you don't let them go to karma. But it would be impractical because I'd have to do karma over like 100 times. Okay? It's for a Lama who has a few good students. Okay? Like that. All right. So number 27, the final refuge teaching, which we will get to in the book, I hope, after the 3-day retreat. He says something very cool. He says, look, either jump or don't jump. Okay? Don't stand on the cliff. Did you ever jump off one of those cliffs into the ocean? I think I did it once. It's really scary. And you say, oh, I can do that, and your friend says, okay, let me see you do it. And you go up to the edge and you look over and you say, I don't know. Maybe I can't do it, It doesn't hurt too much if you land on your feet. He's going to land on his head. That hurts. But it doesn't hurt too much if you don't hit a rock. So he says, don't stand on the top and go, I don't know, I don't know if I want to do this or not. In English we say don't be wishy-washy. Don't say, I don't know if I want to do it or not, Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, He says, if you're going to take refuge, jump. Just jump, okay? Stop using science, start using seeds, okay? Just jump, okay? And he says, don't around, okay? Like, just jump. Okay? The last refuge advice is go for it, man. What the hell? Just jump. You know? Start using seeds to run your life. You know? Stop thinking about doctors and jobs and, you know, marriage counselors. Just jump. Start using seeds for everything. Okay? So maybe you can do that meditation on Thursday morning. Okay? Am I jumping or not? And just jump, you know. By Thursday morning, you're supposed to be like, the meditation is the calm of Diamond Mountain retreat cabin finally reached your mind. And in that enlightened space, you decide, I'm changing from now on. I'm going to jump. No more like, I don't know, okay? From now on, seeds, okay? For everything I want, okay? And jump, okay? By Thursday morning, I do this last, okay? Thursday morning meditation, okay? What time is it? Yeah, at 7:15. At 7:45 on Thursday in the morning, do this meditation. At 7:45 on Thursday morning, which is your last serious meditation during the 3 days, do this one. I'm gonna jump or I'm not gonna jump. So don't do it before that, okay? Save it for the end. Because hopefully by that time the retreat cottage had an effect on your mind and you will have more courage. You know, I'm going to jump. No more self-existent aspirants, you know. I'm jumping, okay? I'm going for it, okay? That should be your last meditation, okay? All right then, now, don't forget you have this sweet death meditation, okay? Oh, sorry, there's another one before that, I'm sorry. There is a 28, oops. Okay, 2 more meditations if you want. By the way, nobody can do 28 meditations in 3 days. Don't even try. Pick the ones that you're attracted to, okay? Choose to have this book with you. You can say, that sounds boring. That one's depressing. This one looks pretty cool. Okay, you choose. Okay, you choose your meditations, all right? That's why I gave you 28 choices. It's actually 29, okay? Here's 28. It has 3 steps, very famous. Lamrim, taking refuge, meditation. Number 1, decide I already went there. Okay, I already went there. Where? Lower realms, lower realms. I'm in hell. I'm an animal. I'm a hungry spirit. Decide you already went there, okay? What's the photograph? This is a famous photo that was taken during the Vietnam War. And these people are being shot at right at that moment. Somebody's trying to kill them right at that moment, okay? It's like a hell. They jump into the water. They can't stay under the water. They have to put their head up. In that moment, someone was it's a real photo. Someone was trying to kill them at that moment, okay? And this guy took a photo, and he survived. And it's just a normal family. There's a mom, and there's the mom, her daughter, grandma, mom, and kids. And someone's trying to kill them in this moment of that photograph, okay? Why are we talking about that? Imagine you're already in the hell realms. Like, you didn't take refuge very well. You spent the 3 days on your cell phone. So you went to a place like that, okay? Then your mind will object. Your mind will say, no, 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 no. I'm in Diamond Mountain in a nice, comfortable, beautiful, cool retreat cottage because of Melissa and Michael. You know, and Tahia. I'm not in the hell. Nobody's shooting at me, okay? Then step number 2, what's that? I do have the seeds. Okay? If I died this afternoon, I would go to a place like that. Okay? So, first part, I am in the hells already. Then your mind will say, no, I'm in a retreat cottage in Diamond Mountain. It's hot as hell, but it's not hell. Then you have to look into your mind, do you have the seeds or not? And then the answer is yes, I have the seeds. I could go there. If I died this afternoon, if I'm the first person to die from rattlesnake at Diamond Mountain, it's possible. I could go there. And then third, it's supposed to be happy thought. What's that? I have shelter. Like a son, a small boy who has dad, he can hang on to dad and say, help me, dad. Okay? Who's that? Buddha Dharma Sangha. Okay? I have shelter. I have refuge. I have protection. I can hang on to my dad. Okay? Like that. Okay? All right? Try to remember the photographs. Try to memorize the photographs, okay? You can give yourself a photo quiz. You look at the photos and say, what was I supposed to meditate about, okay? And then you won't forget the meditations. You can do them after you get home. It's on the bus, on the airplane, okay? When your flight's delayed in the LA airport, or you're in the LA customs line for 2 hours. Don't waste your time. Okay, who was that? Me and Nick did the whole translator program design, waiting in a customs line. Where? Thailand? Yeah, Phuket, 11 o'clock at night. Something like that. I don't remember. Okay, that's another meditation you can do. Okay, now, if you want to get to the first one conveniently, what's the first one of those three? You're in the hell and somebody's shooting at you, etc. Okay? Do the meditation after it first. What's that? Death meditation. Go through the stages of death. Okay? If you have difficult jumping into being shot at, do the death meditation before it. Then you're reviewing the last part of the Lamrim, before refuge. You're reviewing that one, which is death meditation. Okay? So tie together retreat number 22, retreat number 23, retreat number 24, and retreat number 25. Okay? Those of you who came to them, who's smart enough to come to them, tie them together. Try to remember what came before. And don't let it go when you do the next Lamrim. Okay? Don't forget about death meditation when you start refuge. And when you reach karma in Guadalajara, don't give up, don't drop the refuge. Okay? Like try to keep some continuity of the Lamrim. Okay? I finished the meditation book and you didn't. Okay? Okay? I can take one question. I think I promised 2 people. Quick. How do you say? I promised 2 people, right? Like this.
So, wir haben gelernt, Zuflucht zu nehmen, zum Beispiel auch in so einem Moment, wenn jemand auf einen schießt, in dem Augenblick Zuflucht zu nehmen. Und die Zuflucht zu nehmen muss ja Sinn machen.
We have learned to take refuge even in the moment when somebody shoots a gun at us.
Yep.
Ich hatte ein viel einfacheres Problem.
I have a much more simple problem.
Das Translation Tool funktionierte nicht.
This translation tool is not functioning for me.
Ich saß dort, dafür funktionierte das erste nicht. Ich holte mir ein weiteres, das funktionierte auch nicht.
I got the first, it was not functioning. I got the second, it was not functioning.
Dann saß ich mittlerweile hier, das dritte funktionierte auch nicht.
And the third was not functioning.
Beim
Third one.
vierten habe ich dran gedacht, Zuflucht zu nehmen, bevor ich den Stecker in die Buchse gesteckt habe.
And it took the fourth one to remember that I take refuge before I plugged in the earplugs.
Und, es funktionierte auch nicht.
And it was not functioning.
Und jemand hat mir geholfen und hat gesagt, wir wechseln den Kanal, vielleicht reicht die Sendeleistung nicht aus bis hierher. Und es funktionierte zunächst und funktionierte dann aber auch wieder nicht. Jetzt im Augenblick funktioniert es gerade. Für mich ist die Frage,
And then suddenly somebody came up and helped me. We changed the channel and it was working for a time, but now it's not functioning anymore.
so, jetzt fange ich an, über die Wissenschaft nachzudenken. Vielleicht gibt es irgendwelche Interferenzen von den Funkwellen hier im Raum, warum es hier und dort gerade bei mir nicht funktioniert.
And for sure, now I'm thinking about the scientific reasons.
Und
Okay.
das bedeutet für mich, wenn jemand auf mich schießt, bin ich möglicherweise einfach auch nur am falschen Platz, genauso wie ich mit meinem Gerät am falschen Platz bin. Ich kann in die Zuflucht nicht vertrauen, weil die Zuflucht hat mir nicht geholfen. Gisela, kannst du mir weiterhelfen?
And now it's getting complicated because I took refuge and the translation tool was not working. So now I'm missing the trust in the refuge. How can I take refuge if somebody is shooting a gun at me?
Oh, yeah.
If it's not working with the translation tool.
Okay, good. I asked my Lama this question. He was a very tough guy. Those of you who knew him, he was a very tough guy. And he said, he looked at me, and I said, I'm trying all this stuff, it's not working right now. He said, well, you just go back to the old way then. Work as hard as you can, take vitamins, and then samsara will remind you that there may be another way, okay? Because it will fail. It will fail again and again and again. If you're not ready to jump, okay, stay the old way. When you want money, just work harder. When you want health, take more vitamins, do more yoga. If you want a nice relationship, steal the nicest, handsomest boy or most beautiful girl you can find from someone else, okay? Go back to the old way and try that for a while. And when the disaster is big enough, come back. Okay, so he told me that. He's very impatient sort of Lama. He's like, okay, then go back to your old life. No problem, When the pain is big enough, come back to me. Okay, so I would say that. I'll say that, yeah. Samsara will remind you that it doesn't work. Okay, we had one more promise of a question. Who was that? Vivian? Okay, that's the last one. Then we have to do the boundary.
Thank you, Geshe, your teaching.
You're welcome. Bukachi.
Can I have two questions? One,
But you only paid for one.
OK， 第一个问题，老师，你们教了我们，就是在这个上一次在教我们，就如果我们在饮食的时候，我们要念一个咒语，就是老师的名字。那这次老师又教了5个，就是我们在5个咒语。那我是把这个上师的名字放在前边，还是我念这个咒语的时候放这个顺序？我知道就是吃饭的时候，就是这个顺序是哪一个？就是供养的时候，我是先要供养上次我们是学了先供养老师的名字啊，然后这次有5个，那我们是把那个放在前面，还是念这个？
So, Geshe, the first question is, you taught us to offer anything we eat to our teacher first before we eat them, last time in Thailand. And then now you have given us a few more graces to do before eating anything. So what do I do? Do I put the teacher offering first and do any one of this, or what's the order to do that?
Okay, good. All of them are to your teacher. In the end, all of them are to your teacher. All 6 of them are to your teacher. Okay? All 6 of them are to your teacher. So don't worry about it. By the way, there's another tantric one. You want to know?
Yeah.
Don't offer it before you eat it. Eat it first. Like if you have a yotia, don't offer it. Just then swallow. Then imagine it goes down to the lama in the heart, and they're like, That's an old custom. That's called body mandala. There's an old teaching like that. So just imagine it's coming down your throat, and they are like, ha ha ha, and then take a bite, you know. So you can always do that. Do the other grace first, then eat, and then Lama gets it anyway. Okay? Second question.
老师在第8阶的时候教了一个冥想，就是自他交换的冥想。那我回去练习这个冥想的时候，有一个疑惑，就是当我们在结束这个冥想的时候，我们会观想心中有一束光，然后这束光会蔓延到街道上的每一个行人，还有车里边的人，以及呢整个我所在的城市的人。那当我去做这样的观想的时候，我是应该只是想象它是一个概念呢，还是我真的要去看到那些人，或者就是尤其是当我们去站在更高的地位去看这个金色的光的球，它是在一个宇宙当中的时候，我是只是在概念上去想象这样，还是我要真的去看到每一个生命，还是怎么样做到这一点
？Geshe, you taught the meditation of exchanging self and others in level 8, and then at the end of that meditation, we should give away the golden light ball in our heart to all the people around us, the people on the street, and to all the people in the city, and even to all lives in the universe. So my question is, when I do this golden light giving, should I just do it in a way like it's a concept, it's not that real, or should I just try to see every real life around me and try to give them the real golden light?
You can't cover all the living beings in your mind, you know, right now. So you have to do blanket golden light, you know, just send it out, and it's traveling, right? It's going out in all directions. Like send it out, let it go for a while, let it go to Shenzhen, then, I don't know, Europe, and it reaches New York, and then you can let it go and say, please keep going, I'll check on you later. You know, like, you don't have to watch it go to everywhere because you'll never finish the meditation, okay? So you start it, and then you let it go, but you don't think it stopped. You think it's still traveling, okay? And when we do the fire offering on Thursday night, it's the same thing. The smoke from the fire touches the top of the sky, and some of it actually releases into the outer space, and it joins cosmic dust. And sooner or later it reaches every star, every planet. Then you don't have to see it. You just imagine, logically, that dust will reach every planet of this fire offering. And so later you'll be able to follow it all the way with your mind after you become Buddha. But right now, you just start it and then you let it go, but you imagine that it's still going, okay? All right, good question. I like your questions. Take a 15-minute break, pee-pee, relax, and we'll go close the boundary. Okay. Yes. Let's do a Sarshi Puki. Scott, you want to do one? Okay. Puki Joshi Metotam Rina Vinci Ninde Gembadi Sangye Shindu Mide Uwagi Roku Namda Shinla Chepasho Inam Guru Ratna Mandala Kanyatayami Di Kewokun Sanam Yeshe Sozoshi Sanam Yeshe Lechuwe Nabakuni Tobasho. Okay. Okay. Two kinds of people. One doesn't work hard enough in retreat. The other one works too hard in retreat. What's the percentage? 99% try to work too hard in retreat. They get nervous. They don't have a good time. They decide they're a bad person. They feel upset. They don't relax. Okay? This 3-day retreat is also meant to give you a break from your normal life. You are too busy. Every one of us is too busy. Okay? Don't bring that busy into retreat. Okay? Leave it. Okay? If you have to start your yoga half an hour late, okay. If you want to eat cookies instead of yoga, it's okay. Okay? Have some fun. And get some rest. Everybody needs a rest. Your life is like a train, high-speed Chinese train. You know, just take a break, okay? Relax, enjoy Diamond Mountain, enjoy your cabin, enjoy your friends. Don't make the mistake to bring your busy life into that cabin, okay? Make it a time of rest, relaxation, renewal. You know, give yourself a break from your life, okay? And if you can't do 28 meditations, do 2, okay? And you're still a good person, okay? If you came here, you're a good person, okay? So please don't get all anxious. I didn't see Buddha on the 2nd day of retreat. I'm a bad person, you know, just relax. You know, when you relax, have a good time, eat well, rest well, meditate well, then you have breakthrough. You don't get breakthrough by pushing yourself, okay? By getting nervous, okay? Just relax, okay? And stuff will come, all right? So please don't get nervous or anxious or I'm not a good person or like that, okay? The goal is to be relaxed, have a good time, you know, don't use no one's gonna text you, okay? This is your private time to take a break from your life, okay? And Diamond Mountain is always here for you to come, all year. These cabins, they don't go to Tucson when you're not here. They're still here. The staff is still here. It's a place for you to come and rest anytime. You don't have to have a retreat, okay? You don't have to have Lamrim teaching. You can come anytime, okay? Call Melissa, write Melissa. Is my cottage free? Yes. Can I come next week for a break? Yes. You know, I just had a trouble with my husband, or I just lost my job, or, you know, I don't feel so good. Okay, so come for a week, take a break. There doesn't have to be Geshe Michael there, okay? There doesn't have to be Tibetan grammar book. You know, come and take a break. This is your place. We built it for you, and come and let it be the place where you take a break, okay? And it doesn't have to be a special program. Just come. Just let Melissa know, Michael, and come, okay? It's here all the time. All right. Good luck.